Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis call for or in preparation for trading on August the 2nd, 2017. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. Everything that we're doing here is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. And if you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. We'll start off as usual by taking a look at our Forex factory here. So today we had lots of data come out, lots of PMI numbers that came out. And the biggest thing here was our RBA rate statement. So Reserve Bank of Australia actually kept the interest rate on hold, and they actually kept their monetary policy on hold. So overall, they expressed concerns. They said that the economy was doing better. It was doing well. However, they expressed concerns about the wage growth, which is not quite there, and they were also concerned about the housing market. So there were a few things that they were concerned about. As a result of that, they decided to hold their monetary policy stable and not raise rates. Now, that is not positive for Australia or the Australian dollar, because market was expecting them to raise rates, or at least start talking about monetary policy, winding it down. So that was the RBA there. And coming up now, another thing that came out here was a New Zealand dollar. We see that from New Zealand, the employment numbers came out slightly negative here, and that's not good for New Zealand. So we have seen a drop in New Zealand dollar this evening. So coming up tomorrow, we have construction PMI numbers for British pound. So PMI numbers, again, very important. We do have ADP non-farm employment change. So this number is important, but the critical number will be on Friday. And then we have a trade balance for Australia. So those are not a whole lot of news here, just these three key things coming out here. And now let's take a look at our charts. Okay, as usual, we'll start off with euro dollar. So in terms of the euro, this is a pullback here, and at this point it is still bullish because it's holding above this previous resistance level, and as long as it holds above this level, that is bullish for euro. But once price starts to pull back and pulls into this level, so we're looking for price to pull back down right now. The key test will be two levels that we would watch, which are from yesterday again. So the two key levels that we'll have to keep an eye on will be 1.1780 level and 1.1760 level here. So we did see price break through these levels, and now we are looking for a pullback into these levels. So 1.1760-ish level. So if price pulls back into this level, then we're looking for, and holds above this level, then we're looking for price to move up higher. So something like this, and then another move to the upside. So at this point, this is still bullish from daily perspective. So in this case, the next target would be 1.1880 will be the next target to the upside. So probably the best place for our for a long would be either at 1.1780 or 1.1750-ish level, right into this high here. So as long as price holds above this level, we're looking for price to continue higher. But if it starts to come down and it starts to trade below this 1.1720, then we're looking for price to go down further. So at this point, we just need to see if the price will hold above one of these levels. If it doesn't, then 1.1720 becomes the important level. But for now, this is bullish. Pound dollar has actually had a bearish pin bar, a daily bearish pin bar. So when we see a bearish pin bar, that is usually it's negative for that. So this is bearish close for pound dollar. So now we're looking for price to come back lower. So in this case, we're looking for price to go back up first and then drop. So the type of move we're looking for is a pullback into 1.3220 level, and then a drop into 1.3150. So 3150 would be our target level for this, which is this previous support and resistance here. And we're looking for price to go up a little bit and then drop. So we do have Bank of England coming up as well. That will be a critical event. So ahead of that, sometimes the price will kind of go sideways or even do a pullback because people would be taking profits off of the table. So looking at the smaller time frame here, this is what we're looking for. We're looking for price to go up a little bit higher here and then drop into 1.3150. And this is the level that we'll have to watch here, because if the price comes down further, then we're looking for price to let's say, we'll be looking for price to come back into this 1.3100 level. But the first place that we're looking for pullback would be 131.50. So 131.50 will be the first target. Second target will be 3100, which is right into here. So the bottom of this candle here, those will be the two targets to the downside. But based on the daily close here, we are bearish on this. This is what we're seeing right now. But if price pulls into this 3150 level and does not close below these levels, then we could see price move up higher. But for now, based on daily technical, we are bearish on this one. So 32.20 will be the best price to look for a potential short. Okay, Aussie dollar. Aussie dollar, yesterday we had talked about potential outcomes of the RBA, and we were bearish on this. We were looking at these higher levels for a short, so price did go up higher, and then it has since closed lower. So this is bearish. That's a big bearish close. Now we're looking for price to move lower. So in this case, the next key level would be 0.7880 level. So we're looking for price to go towards 78.80. Now with all the US crosses, one thing to bear in mind is we do have non-farm payrolls coming out this week. And if the ADP numbers come out negative, that will be negative for the US dollar. So even though ADP numbers are not as important as the non-farm payroll, but usually what happens is if they come out negative, market kind of takes that, pays more attention to it. If they're positive, market doesn't move as much. So them coming out negative is worse than or will have a higher impact on the US dollar than the ADP numbers coming out positive. So do keep that in mind, because those numbers can move all these US dollar crosses that we are looking at. But just based on the daily close here, we are bearish. So first target is 0.7940, and then second target is 78.80 level. Looking at a lower time frame, as we can see, price has made a lower high, and now we're looking for price to come down. So this is the first one, 79.40, and then 78.80, and then as the price continues, we can look for lower targets. But for now, this is a good target, so it's kind of like the bottom of this particular range up here. New Zealand dollar, we did see negative numbers come out. The daily close was very bearish here. So we had a bearish engulfing candle here. It was going sideways, hadn't really done much, but this is a good bearish engulfing number engulfing candle. As a result, we would expect the price to go lower. So in this case, the first target would be the bottom of this here, the pin here, candles. So 0.7400 would be the target on this one. If the price continues lower, then we are looking for 73.70-ish level, right about here, 73.68. So that will be the second target to the downside. This one has already moved, so we may not get a chance to engage with this one. So here we see a drop through this level. Now we can look for a pullback. So if the price pulls back into 74.60, it may drop after that. So that's what we're looking for. So basically, if the price were to come up higher here, so something like this. So let's say price comes up here And then we are looking for, if it stays here, this will be the level to take a trade from. So 74.50-ish level is a good level for a potential short for New Zealand dollar, but it is, the employment numbers did not come out positive. So as a result, this has dropped, but it is bearish here. Dollar CAD here, now we have seen a bullish close for the day. So we are turning bullish on this, but everything that's US dollar cross, there is the caveat of the important US dollar data coming out this week. So based on daily close here, this is a bullish engulfing candle. It has engulfed the previous candle here. So this looks bullish. The first target here is 1.2580 here. The second target would be 1.2640 level, which is this support and resistance level here. So that's what we're looking for dollar CAD to go up higher. We do have oil inventories coming out tomorrow. So oil inventories will have an impact on dollar CAD. So do keep that in mind with any of the Canadian dollar crosses. In terms of pullback, as we can see, price is doing this rounded bottom thing. Right now, it is sideways at the moment. So another scenario is that it goes up to 25.80 and then holds below this, like it's not able to break this resistance. And in that case, it could drop further. But if it goes higher, then we're looking for a break above 25.80 and looking for it to push all the way into 126.50 area. Okay, Euro Swiss here. Euro Swiss, this one we had a price pulling back. Now, so this one is not quite an engulfing candle, and that's what makes it more of a neutral at this point. So it's not completely bearish at this point. So it does not have a clear setup. Right now, I'm just looking for the range. I'm looking for price to go up higher. So 1.1450 is what I'm looking the price to go to. So I'm going to trade this as a range bound market. So if the price goes to 1.1450, looking for price to come back into the range, unless it breaks above this, and then it will certainly become very bullish. So those two scenarios will be price goes into 1.1450, drops, and then we're looking for a short. But let's say the price blows through this level, does a pullback, then we're looking for a long on the other side of this. So those are the two scenarios. But at this moment, I am looking for price to continue higher into this 1.1450 level. Let's do the Swiss pairs together. So the next one, dollar Swiss, and we'll take a look at pound Swiss. Dollar Swiss here, we have pulled back into the level that we were looking for yesterday, 96.28. This close is very, very neutral though. And at this point, we do need to see a break of 96.20 for price to continue further. And if it breaks through this level, next one is 95.94. So that's fairly close. And we can potentially look into 95.60, so about 50-ish level. So 95.50 will be the next target. But the important thing, again, with this one would be that we need to see a nice close. So we want to see a close here, pull back up, and then a drop. So the best place to take a position would be below the 96.20 level once the price breaks through, because at this point, this is very neutral. Okay, pound Swiss here. Pound, we've had, this looks like another bearish close here. That looks like a bearish pin bar, big tail and small body here. So with this one, we are looking for, from daily perspective, this is bearish, and we could see a pullback though. So price could go all the way up and do a bit of a double top, or even pull into this level. So it could pull into 127.80 level, do one of these. So that will be a level to watch, 1.2780, see how price reacts at that level. and we could get a potential short opportunity. So the other scenario here is that price blows through this, does a pullback, and then goes above this level. So both of these scenarios are something that we have to keep in mind right now, just because it has been very, very bullish. So one close may not be sufficient, one bearish close may not be sufficient to really think that there's a reversal coming. It could just be a pullback, and that's why we have to be cautious with this one. But from just purely technical perspective, this is definitely bearish, and we are going to look at it in terms of bearishness, but do have to be open in terms of a breakout. So right now, my first trade idea would be to look for a pullback. Once the price gets into 1.2780, then we are looking for a shorting opportunity based on a clear setup. Otherwise, we have to just sit aside and see if it'll break higher. Euro yen here, so we still have that triangle going on. It hasn't broken the high right now. So we have this triangle. Price is still, as you can see, even today, it just went and touched the bottom of this triangle. So normally with a triangle, this is the type of move we're looking at, and then a break, pull back, and a move to the upside. So we're just going to wait and see. That is the normal scenario. The other scenario is that the triangle fails. In that case, we want to see a break of the triangle. So this is still in a range. In that case, we're looking for price to go up into the top of the range, break below this, our triangle trend line, pull back into it, and then that is the level for short, with the stop being on the other side. So those are the two scenarios that we could see. Normally, it would just be a range-bound trade because price is holding within the range, but because it is slowly creeping up. So if you take a look at this, see how price is still making its way up. That gives it a bullish outlook for euro yen, and only if it breaks above. So we cannot be preemptive with this one. We do need to see. So right now, I'm just looking for it to go to the top into 130.74 level, and once so then we'll have to see what happens there. For now, it is range bound. Pound yen, this is a fairly neutral close in this case, so it could go either way. But since we are seeing that price is closing higher each day, so that will give it more of a bullish to a neutral bias, looking for price to go into 146.50 level, into the top of the range. And then that's where we'll have to decide we'll have to see if the market gives us a double top here, then we could look for a potential trade. But for now, looking for price to move up higher into 146.50 area. Dollar yen, very, very neutral close. So at this point, price could go either way. The first target to the upside will be 110.80, which is this level right here. So looking for price to go up. And then if it is not able to break through that one, we could do one of these like that. So looking for a short would be just below the 80 level here. If the price holds below the 80 level, then we're looking for price to continue lower. And in that case, the target here, the first target would be the bottom of this pin, because we know price has been there before. So 109.80 will be the first target to the downside. So basically, we're range bound at this point. So we're looking to sell at the top of the range, which is 110.80. We're looking to buy at the bottom of the range, which is 109.80. So very neutral close. So best case scenario will be price goes up into 110.80 and then stays below that level, so we can take it all the way down to the bottom of the range. And then we have euro pound. Euro pound bearish close on the daily. So this is, we have a nice bearish engulfing candle. As a result, looking for price to continue lower for this one. And the target is 8900 will be the first target to the downside. And then beyond that, the second target would be that. So which is 8860 level or even the 50 level. So that will be the second target, 8850, but 8900 is the first one, 8950 will be the second target. So euro pound at this moment it looks bearish. Euro Aussie, this looks bullish. We did see price come down, but then pushed all the way up and closed above the open. And as a result, we have a big rejection pin in the bottom, bullish, almost a bullish pin bar type of signal here, which suggests that price is likely to move up higher. The target would be 1.4900. So this is bullish right now. CAD yen here, we did break the range that we were in for some time. And now we are moving into our next target. So the first target would be 8765. And then the second one, we are looking at 8712. So there's a little bit of a mess in the middle here. So we do have this additional target right into here as well. So 8740. So let's put it on top of this pin here, and that will be the first 87, about 60-ish level or 70, and then 8712 level or 8700 will be the second level to the downside. But basically, based on the daily close here, this shows rejection up top, bearish close for the day, looking for further move to the downside. And yeah, that's it for my chart. So, all right, any questions or any comments, anything to add? All right, I don't hear anything, so we'll call it a wrap. So that's it for today. I will see you all tomorrow.